Hey guys, and how about we play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky? I'm Grestar, and I believe this is chapter 16, A New Dawn, or something like that. I was looking at you guys while it was on the screen, so forgive me for my ignorance. But anyway, dots. This is... You're alive! What? Riz, where? Oh good, she remembers me. No amnesia. Awesome. Isn't this where I met you, Riz? It's like that beach. So that means... Could it be? We're back! No, it is! We're in the past! We're back in our world! Yes! We made it, Riz! We did. Even he made it. Ugh. Hey, Grovile! Look around! We made it home! Back to our world! So we did it? We made it through. Back to this world? Yep! This is where I met Riz! Which makes sense, I guess, if this is like the landing spot for time travelers such as myself. Let me see. But if that's the case, why didn't Grovile find me? It'll be around here. Riz was out cold right here. So that's what happened. That trip through time sent me into the eastern forest. Okay, gotcha. And Riz and I both reached your world far away from each other. Oh, that's right. I'm really confused by a lot of things, like this whole concept of time travel, and whether or not Duskmore was really evil. Will you please explain it to us? That'd be, sure, why not? You know, fill in some gaps maybe. But this isn't really the place to talk, so... Let's go to Wigglytuff's guild and talk there. Before we went to the future, we trained there and roomed there. It will be the perfect place. Okay, let's go to Wigglytuff's guild. Now, depending on what happens, I may have something to say about the time travel and the chances of things, so hold on. Will I be well received if I go to the guild? After all, I'm a wanted outlaw in this world. If I went to your guild, won't everyone be shocked? Alright, then I get to talk about this ahead of time. Not necessarily, because this is time travel, and what are the odds that we would be, like, time traveled to a day after, you know, we actually disappeared, or whatever? There's a very good chance, given the time, how long time is, you know, if you want to think of it in that sense, that we could be teleported back before Grovile ever took any of the time gears, and thus before Grovile was ever considered a criminal. Just saying. Don't you think they try to capture me? Come to think of it, you're right, assuming that we happened to be here, like, just shortly after we first disappeared from the world. What should we do? I mean, I don't think they're gonna explain that, because they haven't yet. I don't think. If they did, I forgot about it, or I missed it completely. Oh, I know! There's a good place. But we need to go through Treasure Town. It shouldn't be a problem if we lie low and sneak through. Lead the way. Okay, it's this way. Alright, off we go to Treasure Town. There's a message from the Exploration Team Federation. Special episode, Here Comes Team Charm has been unlocked. Team Charm, are those statues representing Team Charm? Because I don't recognize that name. To play special episodes, select it from the episode list on the top menu. If you would like to play the special episode, save your adventure progress and return to the top menu. Cool, okay. Would you like to save? Of course I would, game. Thank you for even thinking of that. It's just the thoughtfulness, you know? Okay, let's do this. Ah, it's a Sharpedo! It's an angry Sharpedo. That doesn't seem like a natural sort of thing, but it is cool that I now know what that cliff actually looks like. I didn't realize that before if they had zoomed out like that. I don't know. This cliff is known as Sharpedo Bluff. I don't think they have then, because why else would she be? Anyway. Sharpedo Bluff? Yep, I think it's called that because the cliff is shaped like a Pokemon named Sharpedo. Otherwise, it's totally arbitrary. As far as I can tell, nothing seems out of the ordinary. We can't come here. This is where Dugtrio loves to be. Oh, never mind. There's a hole. It's down here. I lived here before I joined the guild. Oh, you're home. Go on, after you. Everyone else had like a house, and she had a hole in the dirt. Cool. And I say everyone else had a house. That's probably not true. I'm just referring to, like, there's a dojo and the little shops, but they're more like little stalls, so I guess whatever. I see. This is a hollow chamber in the face of the cliff. Actually, yeah, how did Ivy manage to score something like this? This isn't just a hole with the mouth open and everything. That's pretty good. Unless you get winds and rain, then it sucks. But anyway. Whew. No one's been here to mess it up. What could they mess up? You have no furniture. It goes to show how little interest there is in this place. It may be better if we stay here for a while. Agreed. And stay here we shall. For at least a little while. And the moon was bright. Is it always that bright? And that full, actually? That full is more what I mean, but Riz, I never expected you to be that very same Riz. Dots. Grovile, can you tell us more about that? Yes, Riz and I, we were jointly investigating the planet's paralysis. A Pokemon and a human? Paired together? Yeah. And Riz had, or has, a special ability like no other. We relied on that special ability to investigate the planet's paralysis, and I assume that's a dimensional scream, which now makes me question some things, because I actually thought he had, like, obtained the dimensional scream after time traveling. Like, there was the mistake in time traveling and messed with his mind kind of deal, but I guess not. It played a vital part. By special ability, you mean the dimensional scream, don't you? Exactly. But the dimensional scream has a drawback. The dimensional scream requires the presence of a trusted Pokemon partner. Ivy, I got it. Without that partner, the ability cannot be triggered. I have no idea why, but that's the thing. A trusted partner? That's why we work together. The dimensional scream is set off by triggers tied to places where the time gears are hidden. We needed to find out where the time gears were in the past. We needed the dimensional scream to accomplish that. Wait a second! You said that the dimensional scream needs a trusted partner nearby. But the dimensional scream was being triggered not long after we met. That's right. Your point? Doesn't that show you how much you two trusted each other from the start? That's right, Ivy. We're awesome. When you put it like that. Were you upset? Oh, okay. I mean, it's a bit embarrassing. In addition, Riz developed amnesia. Upon meeting you, Ivy, your partner had someone to turn to. Perhaps Riz grew to trust you very quickly because of that. Oh, there's another thing I don't understand. Does the dimensional scream go off in response to only time gears? Right. The opposite is also true. The dimensional scream is not triggered in places that aren't connected to time gears. Okay. Really? Oh, wait, so was that with the waterfall and the crystal and everything? Did we already go there? Was that where, like, his elf was? I don't know. That's not how I remember it. Say, Riz, do you remember that time it went off near Drowsy? Oh, with, like, the Azurill? And during our first exploration? And there were other times, too. We went to places that seemed to have nothing to do with time gears. But even in places like that, the dimensional scream went off sometimes, didn't it? It did indeed. Are you sure? But that never happened in the future. The dimensional scream was never triggered by places that had no tie to time gears whatsoever. Dots. Well, if that's true, I don't know why it would work differently here. Perhaps things are just different in this world. Perhaps the nature of the dimensional scream is altered in the past. So in the future, the dimensional scream doesn't work in places that have no connection to time gears? Oh, that explains it. Maybe that's why, that time, when we were in the future... Your dimensional scream! Use a dimensional scream, Riz! Okay, touch this frozen water! I'll do it, I will. Who knows? You may see something. Oh, I understand. That's true. It's worth a try. Touching that frozen water, it might give us clues about what's happening to us. We shouldn't waste any time. Those Sableye will catch up to us. Let's do this quickly. And I touched it. Riz touched the frozen spray of water. Dots. How's it going, Riz? Can you see anything? Dots. More dots. Even more dots! No. I'm not sensing anything. In case you forgot about that. Maybe I couldn't envision anything that time we were in the future, because we were in a place that wasn't tied to any time gears. Maybe that's why my dimensional scream failed to work. Even though I feel like that's kind of ridiculous to say, because dimensional scream has only worked like a few times. We've touched a lot of things in our time traveling, taken on missions and whatnot. So really the chances of something triggering just because you touched a random object seems pretty rare. Maybe Grovile's right about the future and the past being different. Not to say that that's not what's happening, that this theory they have isn't true, but just that, like, they shouldn't cling to that immediately because of, like, that instance where it didn't work. I put way too much logic into this game, or different enough to make my dimensional scream ability work differently. Anyway, like I was saying, we were investigating the planet's paralysis. We used the dimensional scream ability to identify the locations of the time gears in your world while we were in the future. That's it! Here! A time gear's here! That was you, I see. Place the drought stone and grout on heart. That lifts the fog. Okay, yes, very well done. Good job, partner. After identifying the locations where the time gears would be in the past, we took the passage of time. Wait! How did Grovile talk to a human? I don't know. Anyway, that brought us from our world to your future in this world. Wait, to our world. That brought us from our world in your future to this world. However, lightning. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Are you okay? No, don't let go. Whoa, this was Grovile. I made him sound like Ivy in the past. Just a little longer. Come on, hang on. He was younger back then. He grew rapidly. No, I can't. Hold on. Makes me think of Cliffhanger. Do you remember Cliffhanger? You know, Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff, and that's why it's called Cliffhanger. Between the lines. Yeah, anyway. We encountered turbulence while we were traveling through time. Thus, Riz and I became separated. For some reason, Riz got amnesia and was turned into a Pokemon. I can only guess that it had something to do with our accident while traveling in time. Also, how long does time travel take? That's weird. I came from the future. And not just that, I came with the mission of preventing the planet's paralysis. I don't know. It seems so outlandish. It doesn't feel real somehow. Probably because you lost your memory. So, Riz, you may not remember any of this, but you were my closest friend. I worried about you when we were separated. I'm glad to see you're safe. Your appearance may have changed, and though you have lost your memory, you're still you. And none of this alters the fact that you remain my friend. Oh, Riz, I'm glad to see you again. Dots. Now, we have to decide on our course of action. Like I've told you before, I'm going to collect the time gears again. What are you going to do? I'm a little worried about how time stops in the region where its time gears are moved. But you're sure that it will only be temporary? That's right. As soon as the time gears are set in place at Temporal Tower, time will be restored to its normal state everywhere. Well then, we'll go too. We'll go with you, Grovile. Stealing a time gear will cause trouble for Pokemon that live in that area, but we have to prevent the planet's paralysis. Okay then, we'll go together. But the hour's late. We're also exhausted from all the running we've done. We should rest up tonight. We'll leave in the morning. And all three Pokemon agreed, and they lived happily ever after. The end. Yes, thank you, game. Love saving my adventure. Okay, so now are we going to be branded as Outlaws too? Because I'm pretty sure that they're going to eventually catch on. If they caught on as quickly as they did that it was Grovile that was the Outlaw, they're probably going to catch on pretty quickly that it's, you know, Ivy and Riz. Unless we do something to change that. I don't know. Ivy, where'd you go? Potty break. Gotcha. Ivy's in here. Uh-oh. Maybe outside? Hopefully it's not a mob waiting. Okay, good. So it's early morning, I suppose? What's the matter? Can't sleep? Because it looks a little bright to be night, but it could just be lighting for the sake of lighting. Yep, just thinking. Thinking about Dusknoir? No, that's not it. Sure, finding out we were being fooled really hurt. But hearing your story earlier, Grovile, it made me realize that what Dusknoir said in the future was really true. And it made me understand that Riz really did come from the future. I was going over things like that in my head. Oh, that wasn't something to be continued. That was just what she was doing. Oh, look, Grovile. An angry mob. Oh, I'm just kidding. Sunlight. It's sunrise. Did you get any sleep, little Ivy? Aw, she's gonna be so sleepy. That is pretty. It's pretty, isn't it? That's a question, but okay. Yes. Maybe it's because we were in the future for so long, but I didn't think that a sunrise could ever feel so renewing. The sun rises, then it sets. We take that for granted, and that's only natural. But things that we take for granted, they're really the most essential things, and they're precious. All I'd ever known is the future's world of darkness. Upon coming to this world, and seeing the sun for the first time, it was staggering. Seeing it strengthened my resolve to turn history away from the future of darkness. There was one thing that I wanted to ask of you, Ivy. It's about that time in the future, when we were confronted by Dialga. Frankly, we were in a no-win situation. There was no hope. In case you forgot, we shall be rid of you for all time. This is the end. For you. But then... Hey, Riz, Grovile, you can't give up. You say not to give up? But what can we possibly do in this bleak situation? We have to think! But when all seemed lost, you refused to give up. Even I had given up. What compelled you? How did you manage to stay so strong? Well, I wonder too. I really don't know. But maybe it was because Riz stood by me. Riz? Have a look at this. It's a relic stone! This... what could it be? There's an odd pattern inscribed on it. I've never seen anything like it. This pattern is new to me. This is my relic fragment, not stone. It's my personal treasure. It's my dream to one day solve the mystery behind this fragment. But I was scared so easily. I didn't even have the courage to apply as an apprentice at the guild. That was when I met Riz. Riz? Well, okay. I'm going to believe you, Riz. Yes, I totally believe in you, Riz. Yes, Riz was always there to cheer me up. And... oh, and more. Grr! Oh! I'm scared! But it's time to be brave. And I need to stand up to this. We can't just run away now, Riz. That's right, we can't, and we didn't. It all gave me courage. With Riz, I felt like I could overcome any challenge. That's how I came to feel over time. Maybe that's why I was able to keep going without giving up. Dots. Alright. I think I understand what you're saying. Yes, Riz has a special quality that makes others feel that way. The same way that I care for Riz as a friend. You, Ivy, also feel that same way about Riz. I don't know about that. Unless you're not telling us something, Grovile. I'm just kidding. Ivy doesn't necessarily feel that way. But I wouldn't blame her, because Riz is awesome. Riz is... lucky. To be blessed with a friend like you. Well, it's morning. We should be leaving soon. Yep. And off they go. I'm interested to see how the relic fragment actually plays a part in the story, and I hope it's nothing forced. I feel like it won't be too forced because it was actually something present from the beginning and not some... Hold on, my USB just crapped out on me. Oh crap! I'm gonna need a new USB. Okay, gently. Alright. Anyway, it wasn't something they just threw in like a Deus Ex Machina kind of deal. Alright. It's agreed that we will collect all of the time gears. First, we have to decide which time gear we should target. Let's check the Wonder Map. Alright, checking the Wonder Map. From here, the underground lake seems to be the closest. How about Treeshoot Forest? That was where I got my first time gear the last time. Where's that? Here. It is a little far from here, but there was no one like Yuxi guarding that time gear. Oh, great! If we have to find someone over a time gear, that would attract attention. But that will be a problem here, right? Exactly. Gotcha, gotcha. That's settled. That's where we'll go. We're off to Treeshoot Forest. Good, okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, we're gonna stop here because there's a Kangaskhan stone. This is it. This is the entrance to Treeshoot Forest. Oh? Is something wrong, Grovile? The atmosphere somehow feels different than last time. No, I must be imagining it. We'll go in when you're ready. Cool. I mean, for all I know, we actually might be in the past, like before Grovile was considered an outlaw. For all I know. Because we haven't actually, like, had anything to do with, you know, the other people in Treasure Town yet. And it's a shame that I still don't have room for items. People have told me to get rid of some things, but I will if the time comes. Like, if I find an item that I particularly want. But yeah. Are you ready, Riz? Yes, I am. Okay, we're all set to go. Let's get moving. So with all that, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, of course, feel free to leave a like, comment, if you even subscribe. It means a lot. It really helps me out, and I would love to have you guys. So, tune in next time for the next video. Until then, take care. Cue outro, go!